Baraka, Yasharallah, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, all praises, glory to Yahweh, Hallelujah, praise Yahweh. And saying that, learn and understand what you worshiping and understand what this political game is about. Because at the end of the day, through a lack of understanding, many righteous, many believers, despite of their confession or baptism, they die outside of their belief system because they lack understanding in what they worship. See, so understand what you worshiping. And saying that, let me get let me have Matthew the 7th chapter, and let me start at let me get Matthew 7 and 21, and then I'm gonna go ahead into the book of John, the 4th chapter, and I'm gonna have John 4 and I'm gonna start at 19. Matthew chapter 7, verse 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. Meaning that, meaning that even if you call on his name, many people that call on his name, many people that got baptized in his name, is not going to make it into the kingdom. It doesn't matter how many times you confess that the Lord Jesus, who don't exist, is the Lord and Savior of your life. You understand me? Hey, let's read that again. It is what it is. Not everyone saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. And you got to know and understand his will. See, through religious teachings, y'all think that you all are doing the will of Yahweh God, but you're not doing the will of Yahweh God. You understand me? Because see, the will of Yahweh God is to exercise those commandments. And the church do not teach you the commandments. You understand me? Because the church is a religious governing system of man that keeps you in idolization, keeps you in idol worship. Do you understand me? It's a religious governing system. You understand me? That's set up just like the government. All right? You have a religious system and you have a political system. You understand me? Let's read that again. Matthew chapter 7, verse 21. Not everyone saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say unto me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works. And now, even though his name is not Jesus, because Jesus do not exist, that's a pagan title. Do you understand me? But listen to what your Jesus said, your pagan God said. Verse 23. And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. What? Even your own Jesus said he never knew you, despite of you doing miracles in his name, despite of you feeding the homeless in the name of Jesus who do not exist. You understand me? At the end of the day, he don't even know you. And you calling on his name and doing many wonderful works in his name. You understand me? Because see, understand, a lot of you all lack understanding of what you worship. Basically, y'all are called enemies to Yahweh God. But through the religious teachings, you think that you are doing the will of God. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so understand what you worship. You understand me? Because see, many people that got baptized and that say they believe and confess, they don't make it into the kingdom. Because see, y'all have to understand, Christianity is a religious organization of man. You understand me? And there's religious views. Violates and makes a mockery out of Yahweh God because y'all don't understand this political game. Y'all don't understand what the scriptures is about. You understand me? But y'all have biblical teachings, but yet in those biblical teachings y'all lack understanding because the church is not designed to teach you what you worship, because the church keeps you in idolization, keeps you enslaved. And a lot of you are enslaved to this character named Jesus who don't exist. You understand me? A lot of y'all enslaved to the doctrines of Christianity, which comes out of the Catholic Church. Do you understand me? See, there's a lot of things y'all like understanding. So as a result, y'all die outside of your faith belief system. Do you understand? John chapter 4, verse 19. The woman said unto him, Sir, I perceive thou a prophet. Now the woman who Yahweh is talking to is the Samaritan. Now she's not a Hebrew Israelite, but she's a Gentile. Do you understand me? Because see, understand, when Yahweh walked in the northern kingdom of Zebulun and Nephilim, when he walked amongst the northern kingdom, which is now called Turkey or Syria, those were Gentile nations. Because see, understand, the northern kingdom, when Israel split into the northern and the southern kingdom, the northern kingdom went into slavery for idolization, for idol worshiping through the Syrian Empire. And while they went into slavery, you had the Syrians have moved other nations that moved into that land. You understand me? hey, it is what it is, okay? Matter of fact, I'm gonna hold that and let me go to let me hit 2 Kings 17 chapter, and I'm gonna go down to I'm gonna start at verse 16, but I want 18, but I'm gonna start at 16. 2 Kings chapter 17 verse 16. And they left all the commandments of the Lord their God Yahweh, and made them molten images, even 2 calves, and made a grove, and worship all the hosts of heaven, and served Baal. Now when it says all the hosts of heaven, he's talking about those planet worshiping. You understand me? Planet worshiping. Hey, it is what it is. And to this day, y'all Sabbath into the religious organizations are based on the planetary system. You understand me? Are based on creation. Let's read that again. Verse 16. And they left all the commandments of the Lord their God, and made them molten images, even 2 calves, and made a grove, and worshiped all the host of heaven, and served Baal. And Baal is the northern Canaanites' chief god. Now in the southern Canaanites, you have Yahweh. That's where you get Yahweh from. YHWH. Because see, understand, the children of Israel ran into Yahweh. You know, and Yahweh is the chief southern Canaanite god. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Verse 17. And they caused their sons, their daughters to pass through fire, used divination and enchantments, and sold themselves to do evil in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger. And a lot of you all do child sacrificing to this day. But yet that child sacrificing today is what we know politically is called Planned Parenthood, called abortions. You understand me? See, y'all have to understand, history repeats itself. There is nothing new under the sun. The political events that are taking place right now, a lot of these events took place back in the ancient world. You understand me? History repeats itself. Let's start from, let's read that again, 2 Kings 17, but I'm going to start from 16. 2 Kings 17, verse 16. And they left all the commandments of the Lord their God, and made molten images, even 2 calves, and made a grove, and worshiped all the hosts of heaven, and served Baal. Why? Because when they left Egypt, they brought the solar calendar with them. They brought that star, what y'all call the Star of David or the Seal of Solomon. They brought all these Egyptian engravement, Egyptian idols when they left Egypt. You understand me? Verse 17. And they caused their sons and their daughters to pass through fire, used divinations, enchantments, and sold themselves to do evil in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger. Therefore was the Lord very angry with Israel, and removed them out of his sight. There was none left but the tribe of Judah only. See, so the northern kingdom went into slavery through the Syrian Empire, so the only kingdom that was left was the southern kingdom, was Judah. Do you understand me? Verse 19. Also Judah kept not the commandments of the Lord their God, Yahweh, but walked in the statutes of Israel, which they made. And now when it says the statute of Israel, talking about they walked amongst their own philosophical views. They didn't walk in the commandments, which is a divine governing system. You understand me? So they walked in their own physical ideology, religious Shilaki, religious ideology and philosophical views, governing views. You understand me? They didn't seek the kingdom. They didn't seek the commandments. You understand me? So they walked in their own ways. Verse 20. And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel and afflicted them and delivered them into the hands of spoilers until he had cast them out of his sight. And when you go through history, you're going to see the Syrians, the Babylonians. You're going to see all the Greeks and the Romans conquered Egypt. Shilaki conquered Israel, ruled over Israel. You understand me? You had other nations that ruled over the nation of Israel. Do you understand me? Let's read verse 20 again. And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel and afflicted them and delivered them into the hands of spoilers. See, so understand that the conditions that the so-called African Americans and the Northern Kingdom are in, y'all will call that racism, but that's not racism. Because see, understand the events that we are under right now are biblically related. You understand me? See, y'all lack understanding of the political game. See, understand Nancy Pelosi, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, the Bushes, the Clintons, AOC, Kamala Harris. See, all Donald Trump. See, all these people know that we are the children of Israel. Do you understand me? See, these politicians, they know this game. You understand me? But you all lack understanding. You understand me? Because see, understand, worshiping is an act of obedience. And a lot of y'all believe in God, which is a title. Y'all believe in Jesus, which is don't exist, but that's a title. You understand me? But when it comes time to exercise that belief, y'all exercise the commandments of man. You understand me? See, y'all lack understanding of what y'all worshiping, because at the end of the day, y'all end up obeying the government. Y'all end up supporting these politicians' legislations, these politicians' agenda. Y'all support their policies that are designed to enslave you. You understand me? Because anything outside of this commandment is enslavement of man. You understand me? Because see, understand, either you're going to obey and worship the commandments, which is a divine governing system, or you're going to work the commandments of man, which is the philosophical governing system, and have various governing systems. See, so at the end of the day, this is about obedience, and a lot of you all don't understand obedience because the church don't teach obedience. You understand me? So therefore, through a lack of understanding, a lot of you believers, a lot of you people that got baptized, go to revival meetings and Bible studies and seminars, y'all die outside of y'all biblical knowledge, even though y'all have obtained religious teachings. But there is no life in religious teachings. You understand me? Only thing that y'all become, what happens is that y'all become enemies to Yahweh God. Do you understand me? Let's read verse 20 again, 2 Kings. 2 Kings chapter 17, verse 20. And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel and afflicted them, and he afflicted them religiously, politically, and economically. You understand me? And delivered them into the hands of spoilers until he cast them out of his sight. Meaning that Israel is no longer in that land. Now let's go down to verse let me go down to verse 23. So was Israel carried away out of their own land to Syria unto this day. And the king of Syria brought men from Babylon and from Kahat and from Ava and from Hamath and from Severim, and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel. And they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof. And so it was the beginning of their dwelling there, that they feared not Yahweh God. You understand me? See, so understand that the children of Israel went into slavery. See, so when Yahweh Shai came, only the tribe of Judah was in that region, in that southern region. See, so in that northern region of Israel, you had the Gentile nations. Understand me? Let's go back. Let's read that again. John chapter 4, verse 19. The woman said unto him, Sir, I perceive thou art a prophet. Our fathers worship in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men are to worship. Yahweh Shai said unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour coming, and when you shall neither in this mountain, nor yet at Jerusalem, worship the Father. Meaning that that time has come where he's not into these synagogues and churches. You understand me? Because see, understand these synagogues and churches have a C4 charter with the government. Do you understand me? The church is a religious governing system of man. And that governing system, or that divine governing system, is what we call politically theocracy. You understand me? The Republican Party represents theocracy. Donald Trump, Lindsey Graham, Kevin McCarthy, Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, J.D. Vance, Marjorie Taylor Greene. You understand me? See, the Republican Party represents a divine governing system. See, y'all don't understand this political game. You understand me? Because see, this political game is biblically being played out. It what actually is Yahweh prophecies are played out politically through these politicians' agenda. But y'all don't understand, because the church is not designed to teach you to go into great detail as to what you worship. As to what you worship. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Now let me go to Amos. Let's go to the book of Amos. Let's get the 6th chapter. Man, let's go to verse 7. Amos chapter 6, verse 7. Therefore now shall they go captive with the first that go captive, and the banquet of them that stretcheth themselves shall be removed. Meaning that the southern kingdom went captive, went into slavery, just like how the northern kingdom went into captivity. And those other nations that was on the side of Israel, that helped Israel, they was removed politically from out of their lands. You understand me? See, this is see, y'all gotta get this understanding. See, understand, the nation of Israel was not the only nation that was enslaved in Egypt. You had other nations along the side of the children of Israel. When the children of Israel left Egypt, they didn't leave by themselves. You have other nations along with them. You understand me? See, a lot of y'all have to understand what this political game is about. A lot of y'all don't understand the scriptures. You understand me? Because see, understand, according to Amos, the mysteries of the kingdom is going to be given to the prophets and the servants. See, this truth is not for everybody. Just like Yahweh Shai said in Matthew 13. Many righteous people long to see and hear those things which I can see and hear. But they can't hear, even though they have that knowledge. You understand me? You have a lot of people that have biblical knowledge and biblical teachings, but they lack understanding in that knowledge and teaching, because knowing and believing is two different. Do you understand me? Let's go back to John. John chapter 4, verse 19. The woman said unto him, Sir, I perceive thou a prophet. Our father worship in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men are to worship. Men are to worship. Verse 21. And Yahweh Shai said unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when you neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. Ye know not what you worship. And a lot of you all Gentiles don't even know what y'all worshiping. You understand me? And a lot of Israelites, Hebrew Israelites that woke up to their nationality, they don't even understand neither. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, they don't understand. A lot of y'all don't understand what y'all worshiping. Meaning that y'all don't understand what y'all obeying through religious teachings. You understand me? Through religious teachings, y'all know that Yahweh Shai is the son of Yahweh God. But yet y'all lack understanding of Yahweh Shai, y'all lack understanding of biblical prophecy. You understand me? Even though you have knowledge and belief in that knowledge, but you really do not believe. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's read verse 22 again. Ye worship, you know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. And what he talking about goes back into Romans 9, because Yahweh Shai came to redeem the nation of Israel. You understand me? And that's a biblical fact. Okay? He came and redeemed the nation of Israel through the blood. You understand me? It is what it is. He came and fulfilled the promises that were established to Abraham. I'm not going to get into it because we're going to get on into the lesson. But let's go back to Luke. I'm going to get Luke chapter 1. And I'm going to start at 68. Luke chapter 1, verse 68. Blessed be the Lord Yahweh of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people. Verse 72. To perform the mercy promised to our fathers, and to remember his holy covenant, the oath which he swore unto our father Abraham. See, so he came and fulfilled the promises that were established to Abraham. You understand me? Go back into Romans 9 and 4. The fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Jacob begot the 12 tribes of Israel. The 12 tribes of Israel makes up that divine governing system. You understand me? The kingdom is made up of the 12 tribes of Israel, a divine governing system. See, y'all don't know what y'all worshiping. You understand me? That's why a lot of you all die outside of your belief system. It doesn't matter how many times you were baptized, or you watched Jamal Bryant, or Jake, T.D. Jakes, or Joyce Myers, or whoever y'all be watching on these YouTube major network Christian channels. But y'all have to understand, Christianity do not follow Christ, Yahweh Shai. You understand me? A lot of you all into this religious doctrines and this religious organization, but y'all like understanding of these organizations. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's read verse 22 again. John chapter 4, verse 22. For ye worship you know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. But the hour coming, listen, but the hour coming, and now is when true worshipers, listen, when true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeks us to worship him, and worship is an act of obedience. Yahweh is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth, meaning that time has come. You understand me? When you're going to have true worshipers, and a lot of y'all are not true worshipers. You understand me? It is what it is. Y'all are not true worshipers, although you have biblical teachings, although you was baptized and grew up and you into the church. You went into the church and you participated into the church programs. You understand me? But the hour is coming when you're going to have true worshipers. Now, true worshipers is those that truly believe, to where they go about and make changes. Whereas to a false believer simply believes, meaning that they have the knowledge, but there is no changing. You understand me? They have that biblical I ain't gonna say the understanding, but they have that religious teaching, but nothing never changes. You understand me? So at the end of the day, y'all become enemies to Yahweh God. Because y'all lack understanding of what y'all worshiping. You understand me? And that time has come, and it has come right now. That's why I'm Micah L, and this is T.F.Y, true follower of Yahweh. See, true follower. T.F.Y, true follower. You understand me? Facts over feelings. You understand me? Because it's all about the facts. You understand me? It's all about that truth. You understand me? Because the truth is going to prevail at the end. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so that time has come. That's why I do these videos on my lunch break. That's why my camp is T.F.Y, true followers of Yahweh. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. And saying that, let me go ahead on to let me go into the book of Jeremiah, the 5th chapter. And I'm gonna go to verse 21, but I'm gonna start at 20, and then I'm gonna go ahead back a chapter in Jeremiah to 4 and 22. Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 20. Declare this in the house of Jacob, and publish it in Judah, saying. Now, when it says the house of Jacob, you're talking about the 12 tribes of Israel. Do you understand me? Now when you say publish it in Judah, he's talking about that southern kingdom. Because the southern kingdom has stayed. The northern kingdom went into slavery already. You understand me? See, so when you go back to Psalm 76 and 1, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh God is known in Israel. His name is great in Israel. You understand me? It is what it is. So when we're talking about the house of Jacob, when we're talking about the house of Jacob, he's talking about the 12 tribes of Israel, because Jacob's name was changed to Israel. Now, Israel means he will rule. You understand me? And understand that Jacob had got victory over the physical nature. And the 12 tribes of Israel makes up that divine governing system. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. All right. Let's read that again. Jeremiah chapter 5 verse 20. Declare this in the house of Jacob and publish it in Judah, saying, hear now this, O foolish people. See, O foolish people, meaning y'all are fools because y'all lack understanding. O foolish people without understanding, which have eyes and see not, which have ears and hear not, meaning that y'all have eyes and y'all can physically see, but you can't see beyond what you're looking at. Like when y'all watch these media outlets and these political events that's taking place, y'all don't understand it. You know what y'all looking at, because what y'all looking at in the media is all biblically related, is that these prophecies are being played out through these politicians' agendas. You understand me? And y'all lack understanding of that. So as a result of that, y'all fall victim to the system and die outside of y'all faith. You understand me? Because y'all lack understanding, because y'all are foolish, because y'all see, but y'all can't see beyond how this game is being played. Y'all hear these politicians, but y'all don't understand the terminology that these politicians use to promote their wicked ass agenda that makes a mockery out of Yahweh God or your belief system. You understand me? Like, let me give you an example. Democracy is under a threat, right? And what y'all do is y'all going to vote for these people and put them in the power because they said democracy is under a threat. Now, when you go and understand democracy, democracy is a philosophical view that stands from Demetrius Democritus. That's where we get the word democratic from. Do you understand me? And Demetrius Democritus, he was a Greek philosopher. Do you understand me? See, so now understand that democracy is a philosophical view that promotes independence and free will. Do you understand me? It's a philosophical view. So when they say democracy is under a threat, they talking about their ideology, their agenda is under threat because their agenda is philosophical agendas. You understand me? Like homosexuality, LGBT movement, BLM and T.F.Y. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so y'all like understanding. See, y'all hear what these politicians talking about, but y'all don't understand it. Because see, understand racism, bigotry, discrimination, phobia, all these are modern terminology. Now, these modern terminology are used as weapons of war, political weapons. You understand me? See, y'all don't understand what this whole political game is about. Or matter of fact, y'all don't understand what life is about. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's read that again. Jeremiah chapter 5 verse 20. Declare this in the house of Jacob and publish it in Judah, saying, hear now this, O foolish people, without understanding, which have eyes and see not, which have ears and hear not. Meaning that y'all see and hear, but y'all don't understand. Y'all can't comprehend what these politicians is talking about. We're talking about that Green New Deal. You understand me? Let's go over Jeremiah chapter 4 verse 22. For my people is foolish. See, his people is foolish, and the so-called African Americans, you all are foolish because y'all don't even understand what y'all voting for. You understand me? Y'all vote for enslavement, but not understanding that what y'all voting for are designed to enslave you because they know that you are the children of Israel. You understand me? For like for an example, say like they want, see, the Democrats know, and the progressive independents, they want illegal immigrants to come into this country and to vote so that they can be able to stay in power, right? Why? And the reason why is because see, right now the Democratic Party, they need that black vote to stay in the power. That's why you had a lot of black women in the last few elections. You understand me? Obama, not Obama, but what's that Klansman name? That just left office, Biden. You understand me? When he picked Kamala Harris as his running mate. You understand me? See, so you have these black liberal women, progressive women that run the Democratic Party. Do you understand me? Hey, what I'm basically at the end of the day, y'all have to learn and understand this political game. Because see, they already know that their time is up, but the whole goal is to enslave you. You understand me? Let's read that again. Jeremiah chapter 4 verse 22. For my people live foolish, they have not known me. And to know Yahweh God is to know the commandments. To know the commandment is to know Yahweh God, and you don't know Yahweh God. You know God, you know Lord through religious teachings when y'all go to these studies and revival meetings and Sunday and Saturday church services. Yet y'all don't know what y'all worshiping. Because see, God is a title and that can be applied to anything and anybody. Do you understand me? See, so when I go back and tell y'all Jesus who don't exist, Jesus is not God and God is not no goddamn Jesus. You understand me? But y'all captive to the religious teachings and the religious ideology. But the whole goal is to keep your ass into idolatry, into enslavement religiously. Why? Because they're going to rule over you. You understand me? Because that captivity religiously and politically is all related into the scriptures. That's when you go back into the curses and the blessings, because these are economic curses that the American people, the children of Israel, is under. Let's go back. For my people live foolish, they have not known me. They are sottish children. Now sottish means stupidity. And a lot of y'all are stupid. Not saying 1 plus 1 is 10. But a lot of you all are stupid, meaning that you all think that a grown man can dress on, can put on a wig, put on lipstick, put on some thongs, right? And he still got a rod, he still got a stick, and he can walk into a girl's bathroom and take his dick out and pee right in front of a girl, or sit down on the toilet and pee right next to a stall of a little girl. See, so when they say their democracy under threat, their ideology is under threat. Because see, the Bible, the scriptures goes against the philosophy and religious ideology of man. You understand me? It is what it is. Nah, you come through this way, bros, man.
Thank you.
Huh? Nah, don't come behind me. Nah, go in front of me.
Okay.
You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's read that again. Jeremiah chapter 4 verse 22. For my people live foolish, they have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. Now when he says that they are wise to do evil, wise is applied knowledge. And a lot of you all don't have no knowledge because the church don't teach y'all knowledge. Even though y'all have the religious teachings in these studies. Do you understand me? See, so anything outside of the commandments is evil. You understand me? Because it's in the philosophy, it's in the physical nature of man. You understand me? And the physical nature of man leads to death. Hey, I told you, you all don't know the scriptures, right? See, so y'all quick to go against the commandments, meaning that y'all quick to stand up for abortion. Y'all quick to protest and march for the LBGT community. Y'all quick to stand up and exercise DEI, right? But when it comes time to exercise the commandments, y'all don't even know, because the church is not designed to teach you the commandments. Ain't no church in America teach you the goddamn commandments. Ain't no church focus on the commandments, because the church keeps y'all into social issues, because out of the heart flows the issues of life. You understand me? And the church gonna keep y'all focused on those issues. You understand me? So the commandments is not being taught into no church, because if you know the church, Shalaki, if you know the commandments, you know about idolization. And idolization is not just about the images of Caesar Borgia or that dude with the fat stomach. What's the dude with the fat stomach? Buddha. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is, see? So when it comes time to exercise those commandments, y'all don't know how to exercise the commandments. And that commandments is knowledge, because y'all have no knowledge of the commandments. Y'all have no knowledge of Yahweh God. You understand me? In fact, let's get into, let me go into the book of, into the Apocrypha. Right? And I'm gonna have I'm going to Apocrypha, and I'm gonna get Ecclesiastic. Yeah, I'm gonna get Ecclesiasticus. I'm gonna get Ecclesiasticus 19 and 19. And I'm gonna go ahead and get well, I'm at Ecclesiasticus. I'm gonna go ahead and get 24. 24 and 33. You get 24 and 33. Ecclesiasticus chapter 19, verse 19. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrines of life. Listen. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life. And they that do these things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. Meaning when you go back into Revelations 22, blessed are they that what? Keepeth the commandments, that they may have the right to the tree of life. You understand me? See, so the commandments is knowledge. Knowledge is the commandments, because then you'll know how to live. You'll know how to worship Yahweh God, religiously, politically, and economically, and culturally. You understand me? Let's read that again. I done close it up. Ecclesiasticus chapter 19, verse 19. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrines of life, and they that do these things that please him shall receive the fruit of tree of immortality. Now let's go over to 24. Ecclesiasticus 24 chapter, verse 33. I will yet pour out doctrine as prophecy, and leave it to all the ages forever. And he did leave it to the ages forever, because he go to Hebrews 1 and 1. He spoke through the prophet, through the writings of Moses, through the prophets, and then he spoke to Yahweh Shai in his last days. You understand me? So these commandments is ever. Okay, let's read that again. Ecclesiasticus 24, verse 33. I will yet pour out my doctrine, and he poured it out his mouth. You understand me? It came down through the writings of Moses. It came down through the mouth of the prophets. And it came down through the mouth of Yahweh Shai. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so understand the commandments is knowledge. You understand? And let's get let me go into Proverbs. I'm gonna put it down. Let me go into Proverbs 2 and 6 right quick. I'm gonna get Proverbs 2 and 6, and then I'm gonna get Proverbs 2 and 6 and Psalms 119 and 66. Proverbs chapter 2, verse 6. For the Lord giveth wisdom. Out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. Let's read that again. For the Lord giveth wisdom. Out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. See, so comes out of his mouth is the commandment. The commandments is knowledge. You understand me? Psalms 119, verse 66. Teach me good judgment and knowledge, for I have believed thy commandments. See, so he believed the commandments, because the commandments is knowledge. Through the commandments, you'll learn how to live. You have to hearken to the commandments. You understand me? Oh, where was that? Oh, 66. See? So understand that the commandments is knowledge. Knowledge is the commandments. Let's go back Jeremiah 5 and Shalaki. Let me get Jeremiah 4 back to 4 and 22. Jeremiah chapter 4 verse 22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil or to do good. They have no knowledge. And a lot of y'all don't have no knowledge. So as a result of that, y'all fall victim to the system. You understand me? And then y'all becomes enemy to Yahweh God despite of your biblical knowledge, despite of your baptism and confessions. Y'all become enemies to Yahweh God. You understand me? Let me get Isaiah 65 and 11 right quick. Isaiah 65 verse 11. But ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forgot my holy mountain. See, y'all forgot what took place on the side of that mountain. See, on the side of that mountain was a great slaughter. You understand me? The children of Israel worshiped the calf. Moses came down, and a great slaughter took place. Do you understand me? See, y'all forgot that because of idolization, the, those that worship that calf, they died. They were slaughtered. It doesn't matter how old you was. They were slaughtered for idolization. You understand me? History repeats itself. And today, y'all in idolization because y'all think that his name is some goddamn Jesus who don't exist. To this day, y'all in idolization because y'all base y'all Sabbath and worship and practices of this character named Jesus on a planetary system. Basically, y'all worship creation. Y'all don't worship the creator. Y'all worship the creation. You understand me? Y'all worship through creation, through religious teachings. Y'all believe in the scriptures through religious teachings and religious ideology of man. But y'all don't believe because knowing and believing is two different. Because if you believe, you wouldn't embrace the commandments of man. You wouldn't even support legislation that violates and make a mockery out of Yahweh God or your belief system. Hey, let's read that again. Isaiah 65 verse 11. But they are they that forsake the Lord, that forgot my holy mountain, that prepared the table for the truth, that furnished the drink offering unto that number. Meaning that what happened is that all these doctrines that y'all line yourself up with, all these doctrines, they goes against Yahweh God. All these doctrines violates the commandments. You understand me? It is what it is. And what happened is that y'all support these doctrines. You understand me? Even though you go to church and believe in God, Lord, Jesus, which ain't nothing but pagan titles, y'all embrace the commandments of man when it comes time to exercise y'all faith belief system. You understand me? It is what it is. In fact, let me hold that. Let me get James. Let me go into the book of James 4 and 4 right quick. James chapter 4 verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that friendship of the world is an enmity with Yahweh? Now the friendship of the world and the enmity is a burial. Do you understand me? Enmity is a burial. Let's read that again. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that friendship of the world is an enmity with Yahweh? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy to Yahweh. Meaning y'all are enemies to the Yahweh. Despite you singing in the choir, your baptism, and your confessions, y'all are enemies to Yahweh God because y'all in idolization. You understand me? Y'all in idolization because y'all don't understand what y'all worship. Y'all like understanding of what this political game is about because it's all biblically related. Do you understand me? See, so y'all become enemies to Yahweh. Why? Because y'all embrace the commandments of man. Y'all embrace these policies. Y'all embrace these agendas. Y'all embrace legislations. Okay? You understand me? Y'all support these politicians. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so even though you went to church, y'all still support politicians. And now the church is a religious government system. Now understand the church, especially the black church, they embracing these politicians, especially the Democrats' agenda. You understand me? You got a lot of homosexuality into the church now. You got the LGBT movement into the churches. Why? Because bigotry, phobia, and racism and discrimination, those are modern terminology. Those are political weapons of war. But y'all don't understand the terminology when they speak these words. You understand me? That's why y'all have ears and cannot hear. Y'all have eyes, but y'all cannot see. Because y'all don't understand what this whole game is about. So therefore y'all fall victim to the system. Isaiah 65 verse 11. But they are they that forsake the Lord, that forgot my holy mountain, that prepared the table for the truth, that furnished the drink offering unto their number. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and you shall bow down to the slaughter. Now when he says that sword, that's symbolic, because the sword can cut you in half. And what he's talking about is that sword is the system. That system can cut you in half. That system controls you. You understand me? It is what it is. Okay, so when you say that sword, he's talking about the governing system of man. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and you shall bow down to the slaughter. Because why? Y'all gonna fall victim to the system. You understand me? The system is going to cut you in half. You understand me? Because when I called, you did not answer. When I spoke, you did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose wherein I delighted not. Meaning that y'all continue to support these politicians' agenda, in spite of your confessions and your belief system. You understand me? Let's read that again. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and you shall bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, you did not answer. When I spoke, you did not hear. Okay? But did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. And what he talking about is economically. Because when America fall and the economy collapse, your ass going to be hungry. You understand me? You're going to fall victim to that same system that you supported. You understand me? Like, okay, like for instance, say like a lot of people in New York City, they trying to support Madonna. Y'all support socialism, but y'all don't understand socialism is economic enslavement. Because when you go to China and to the other countries, they are enslaved politically through socialism, through communism. Yeah, y'all in America. America's a capitalist country, and y'all supporting socialism. You understand me? Y'all supporting economic enslavement, and not understanding that in capitalism is freedom. Freedom is into the capitalism, but y'all don't understand this political game. Okay? That's why y'all don't know the Bible, so y'all gonna die outside. It doesn't matter how much knowledge you have. You understand me? And then y'all gonna be ashamed. Why? Because ain't no white man who y'all believe in this rapture theory named Jesus, who don't exist, gonna come out of the sky and pick your ass up when the ground crack open. It's not happening. When these political events take place and them celestial objects hit this earth, right, them tsunamis coming, ain't no white man coming to save you. You understand me? So y'all gonna be ashamed. You understand me? Economically, y'all gonna fall to the system to where you're gonna die, because now there is no medicine, and now you have diseases. Okay? Because now we back in the medieval period now. You understand? We back in the dark ages now. Okay? You had nations that was wiped out because of plagues and diseases. You understand? Verse 14. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart. Ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of the spirit. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be whining and complaining and mad and upset that you fell victim to the system. Ain't no white man never came to save you out of the sky. You understand me? So now you're going to feel stupid. Okay? You understand me? You're going to be hungry. Okay? Hey, this is not no game. It is what it is. All right, y'all fall victim to the system. Let me go to Jeremiah 51 and 47 right quick. Jeremiah 51 verse 47. Therefore, behold, the days come that I will do judgment upon the graven images of Babylon. And those images, those graven images, like the Eye of Horus and all these tattoos and all that shit. You understand me? That's what he's talking about, these graven images that y'all worship. You understand me? Cause material matters of this world. And her whole land shall be confounded, and all their slain shall fall in the midst of her. Meaning that them policies and regulations y'all gonna fall to, y'all gonna fall victim to where political violence is gonna take place, and then you're gonna have a lot of death through these political violence. You understand me? Especially like the thing with Charlie Kirk and assassination. But understand about Charlie Kirk was a sacrifice. Okay? Let's read that again. Jeremiah 51 verse 47. Therefore, behold, the days come that I will do judgment upon the graven images of Babylon, and her whole land shall be confounded, and her slain shall fall in the midst of her. Because why? Politically, y'all gonna fall. You understand me? Because y'all gonna fall victim to that same system to where you're gonna receive the mark of the beast. You understand me? That same system where you're gonna receive that chip system. Let me get Psalms 35 and let me go to verse 8. Psalms 35 verse 8. Let destruction come upon him at unawareness, and let his net that had hid catch himself. Into that very same destruction, let him fall. Because that net of democracy, you're going to fall victim to democracy. Do you understand me? Y'all going to fall victim to the LBG community, LBGT community. Y'all gonna fall victim to these movements. Do you understand me? When these political and astronomical events take place, then y'all going to realize and understand, okay, the truth. But it's going to be too late. Hey, it is what it is. Let me get one more. Let me get Psalms 97. Psalms 97. I'm gonna start at 6. Well, I'm gonna start at 5. Verse 5. The hills melted like wax at the presence of the Lord, at the presence of the Lord of the whole earth. The heavens declare his righteousness, and all the people see his glory. Meaning, talking about destruction, because his glory is through destruction. His righteous judgment is through destruction. Do you understand me? But y'all gotta, y'all religious teaching is that y'all don't think that it's possible. Y'all don't think that Yahweh God who he is. You understand me? Y'all think that he is more of a fairy tale. You understand me? Through these religious teachers and these organizations. Y'all don't believe. Let's read that again, verse 6. The heavens declare his righteousness, and all the people see his glory. Confounded be all that serve graven images, that boast themselves of idols. Worship him, all ye gods. Why? Because the gods is going to worship him. He's not talking about man gods. He's talking about the creation. The water, the tsunami, the Aquaman is going to swallow your ass up. The sun, the god of Ra, going to burn your ass. You understand me? The moon, the queen of heaven, the moon goddess, she's not gonna shine. The god of the grapes is gonna turn sour on your ass. You understand me? Because all these material matters, Yahweh God, he exists and he speaks through his creation. And that's the lack of one of the lack of understanding that y'all have, that y'all don't understand. Shalaki. See, y'all don't understand a lot of things, but y'all understand religious teachings. You understand me? At the end of the day, y'all going to be confounded because why? He speaks through his creation. In fact, let me get Psalms 148. And let me get verse 8. Psalms 148 verse 8. Fire and hail, snow and vapor, stormy wind, fulfilling his words. See, so he speaks through these cataclysmic events that's going to take place. And let me go into the book of Jeremiah, and let me have no, Shalaki, let me have Shalaki, I think it was Isaiah. Yeah, let me have Isaiah 30 and 30. Isaiah chapter 30 verse 30. And the Lord shall cause his glory the voice to be heard, and shall show lightning down his arm, and with the indignation of his anger, and with a flame of a devouring fire, with scattering and tempest and hailstorms. Meaning that through these events, the cataclysmic celestial events, Yahweh exists and he speaks through. Let's go back. Let's go over chapter 29. Isaiah 29. Actually, let me go to verse 6. Isaiah 29 verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and a great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of a devouring fire. Meaning that he speaks through his creation. You understand me? It is what it is, especially in the winter time too. In fact, let's go back to in the Apocrypha. Let's get Ecclesiasticus, and let's get 43, and then I'm gonna get verse 13. Ecclesiasticus 43 verse 13. By his commandment, listen, by his commandment he maketh the snow fall apace, and sendeth swiftly the lightning of his judgment. Meaning he speaks, and he speaks through his creation. He exists through his creation. So y'all gonna see his glory. Y'all gonna know that he exists. Now you're gonna understand that ain't no white man coming out of the sky, because Jesus do not exist. Who y'all worship or who y'all call, he's not coming. and even Jesus, who don't exist, told you again, Matthew 7:22. He professed that he don't even know you, despite you calling on his name and doing everything in his name. He don't know you. Because why? Y'all live a lifestyle outside of your belief system. Because y'all support and embrace the commandments of man, although you confess with your mouth that you believe. But yet y'all believe in titles, because y'all don't understand the religious enslavement of these organizations of these churches. Because the church, again, is the governing system of man. Alright? See, so he speaks through his creation. You understand me? Let me get one more. Let me get Psalm 77. And let me have what? 18. Psalm 77 verse 18. The voice of thy thunder was in the heaven, that lightened the world. The earth trembled and shook. The way is in the sea, and the path in the great waters, and thy footsteps are not known. Meaning that he's talking about those tsunamis. See, so when in the ring of fire, when the ground crack open, that be Yahweh God walking on the planet. You understand me? Because he walks through his creation. He exists through his creation. That's why his name is not no goddamn Jesus, because Jesus don't exist. See, y'all don't even know the Bible. Y'all don't even know Yahweh God. That's why he say, go back. They have not known me. They are Sodom's children. See, y'all don't know Yahweh God. Y'all know religious teachers and titles. Hey, it is what it is. Let me get 2 Corinthians. Let me go into the book of 2 Corinthians, and let me have 13 and 5. 2 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 5. Examine yourself whether you be in the faith. Prove your own self. Now when he's talking about examine, talking about your belief system. You got to examine your belief system, because see, a lot of you all have biblical knowledge, but y'all don't believe in that biblical knowledge despite of the religious teachings. You understand me? Because knowing and believing is two different. You understand me? Let's read that again. Examine yourself whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own self. Know you not your own self how that Yahweh Shai is in you, except you be reprobate, meaning that you have to examine your belief system. You understand me? Because see, Yahweh Shai is that divine spirit. You understand me? If that divine spirit is in you, you understand me? Because what happened is that y'all don't understand that Yahweh Shai put it in to the physical nature through obedience. You understand me? Let me get John 6 and 60. Shalaki, John 6 and 64. John chapter 6 verse 64. But there are some of you that believe not. For Yahweh Shai knew from the beginning who they were that believed not, and who should betray him. Meaning that he already know from the beginning, because life is already written. Your faith is already written. Life is being played out. History repeats itself. And that's a lack of understanding. Y'all don't understand things. There's a lot of things y'all like understanding in. Let's go over to John. We in John 6. Let's go up to verse 44. John chapter 6 verse 44. No man can come unto me except the Father which sent him draw him. Meaning that you won't be able to follow Yahweh Shai. You'll follow Yahweh Shai through religious teachings. Yet at the end of the day, you're not going to follow Yahweh Shai. You're not going to believe in Yahweh Shai. You understand me? Because knowing and believing is two different. You understand me? You can follow through the knowledge. That's why he say, here's the door. And any way outside of that door is a thief and a robber. And a lot of you all are thieves and robbers, but y'all not understanding. Go to John 5 and I think John 5:39. Y'all think y'all have life, but y'all don't. Those that testify of you. Because see, knowing and believing is two different. Through religious teachings, he's the son of Yahweh God, and he came down. Through religious teachings, he so loved the world, he gave his son. Whoever believes shall not perish but have everlasting life. But yet y'all like understanding and believing through scriptures because y'all don't understand what y'all quoting. You understand me? So what happens is that y'all put y'all own philosophical views in it. So therefore, y'all whole doctrine is corrupt. You understand me? And that's the corruption. That's what the Bible speaks about when talking about falsifying the scriptures. Y'all falsify these scriptures through religious teachings. You understand me? Because the truth is given to the servants and the prophets. You understand me? And see, so you can't follow Yahweh God, Yahweh Shai, it has to be put in you. You understand me? That belief has to be put in you. And in fact, before I go on, let me get 2 Thessalonians, and let me get 2 and 13. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 13. For we are bound to give thanks always to Yahweh for you, brethren, beloved of the Lord, because Yahweh hath from the beginning, listen, Yahweh hath from the beginning chosen you to salvation through sanctification of the spirit and belief of that truth. Meaning that when he called, they answered, they believed. You understand me? It is what it is. In fact, let me go into Isaiah 43, and then we're gonna get back. Let me get Isaiah 43 and let me get 10. Isaiah 43 verse 10. Ye are my witnesses, said the Lord, my servant whom I have chosen. See, you have to be chosen for this. This ain't for everybody. That ye may know and believe me and understand that I am he. Before me there was no God formed, neither shall there be after me. Now let's go down to verse 12. I have declared and have saved, and I have showed when there was no strange God among you. Therefore ye are my witnesses, said the Lord, that I am Yahweh. Meaning that when he called, answered. When Yahweh called, I answered that call. That's why I can say what I can say. You understand me? I understand these scriptures. I understand what I'm worshiping, but y'all don't understand what you worship. Because waking up to your nationality ain't what it's about. You understand me? it is what it is. You understand me? See, so you have to understand through obedience. Yahweh Shai, through obedience, Yahweh Shai walked in that divine nature by putting an end to the physical nature. You understand me? By walking in that divine nature. Do you understand? It is what it is. In fact, let me get Romans. Let's go to the book of Romans 6. Let's get Romans 6 and 6. Romans chapter 6, verse 6. Knowing this, that our old man is crucified with him, that the body of sin might be destroyed. See, that body of sin, he's talking about the physical nature of man. Do you understand me? The physical nature of man. That's why I say y'all don't understand the scriptures, y'all don't understand the Bible, because everything goes back into the beginning in the Garden of Eden. But y'all don't understand what this whole political game is about. So y'all fall victim to the system and die outside of your faith. You understand me? It is what it is. And let's go down to verse 12. Let Romans chapter 6 verse 12. Let not sin therefore reign in your mortal body, that ye should obey it in the lust thereof. Meaning that Yahweh Shai died to destroy that body, so you won't be able to obey the physical nature of man. Meaning that when them ideas of sexual nature come to you, homosexuality come to you, all the physical nature of man come to you, you understand me? You won't be able to obey the physical nature of man. Say like when it comes to sexual intercourse, or you having sex, you know that it's wrong. You understand me? See, so either that divine spirit is going to be in you, or that philosophical spirit of man is going to be in you. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so either you're going to obey the physical nature, or you're going to obey the divine nature. Now the physical nature is when a man see a woman naked, or with some tight stuff on, his dick gonna automatically get hard. Women automatically be horny in nature. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so we're talking about the obedience to the physical nature. That's why James say what? The Lord is not to be tempted. The Lord don't tempt nobody, but he is to tempt it what? Through his his own desires. Them desires are physical desires. That's why I go back. So we'll go back into the church. The church teaches social issues. You understand me? And they focus on the social issues of life. That's why the church don't teach the commandments. That's why y'all don't know the commandments or Yahweh God or understand what you worship. But y'all understand titles and religious teachings. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's go down to verse 14. For sin shall have no dominion over you. See, so by walking in that divine spirit and Yahweh Shai being in you, you understand me? You won't obey the physical nature. You understand me? Of man. Okay? It won't control you. It won't rule over you. You understand me? Meaning that your mind is constantly into the philosophical nature of man. So the philosophy of man and his ideology controls you. Religiously, politically, economically, and culturally. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's go over to Romans 8 and let me get down to verse 3. Romans chapter 8 verse 3. For what the law could not do in it, that it was weak through the flesh, and that's the physical nature, Yahweh sending his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh. For sin condemned sin in the flesh, that the righteousness, and how he condemns sin in the flesh is by being obedience, because he brought obedience. You understand me? Let me hold that. Let me go back. Let's go back to Romans 5 and 19. Romans chapter 5 verse 19. For by one man's disobedience many were made sinners. So by the obedience of one, many shall be made righteous. See, so Yahweh Shai brought obedience. So through Yahweh Shai, we be obedient to the commandment. Through the obedience, we are able to hearken to the voice of the Yahweh God. You understand me? Let's read verse, let's go to that Romans 8 and 3. Romans chapter 8 verse 3. For what the law could not do in it, that it was weak through the flesh. Then weak through the flesh. And now let's go down to verse 7. Because the carnal mind is an enmity against Yahweh. Let's read that again. Because the carnal mind is an enmity against Yahweh, for it is not subject to the laws of Yahweh, neither indeed it can be. Meaning that the commandments are physical, and we're in a physical nature. For instance, thou shalt not lust after a woman, but you normally and naturally, by nature, going to lust after a woman. When you go to sleep at night, when you wake up, naturally your dick going to be hard. By naturally, you're going to do certain things by nature. You understand me? That's what it's talking about. Let's go back up to verse 3. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, Yahweh sending his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. Now when he says walk after the spirit, he's talking about the physical nature of man, talking about the philosophy and ideology, whether it's religiously or politically. You understand me? We're walking that divine governing system. We're walking to that divine spirit, because that divine spirit come directly from Yahweh God, and Yahweh Shai Christ come directly from Yahweh God, because he's part of that Elohim. You understand me? Jesus, who don't exist, is not God. You understand me? Yahweh Shai is not the ultimate creator. You understand me? But he's part of that Elohim. Hey, let's go over to let's go back to 7. Let me get Romans. Let me have Romans let me go to Romans 7 and 5. Romans chapter 7 verse 5. For when we were in the flesh, the motions of sin, which were by the law, did work in our members to bring forth fruit unto death. And he's talking about the physical nature. Because the physical nature of man leads to death. Because the physical nature of man goes against the commandments. It goes against Yahweh God. You understand me? Thou shalt not covet, but man going to covet anyway. Naturally, he going to covet. Do you understand me? That's why Yahweh Shai brought obedience. See, y'all have to learn some things. And some things y'all have to learn and understand. Okay? It is what it is. But now we are delivered from the law, that being dead wherein we were held, that we should serve in the newness of spirit, and not in the oldness of the letter. Meaning that we don't walk in the philosophical nature of man. We walk in the divine nature. And that's what he's talking about. Yahweh Shai came and condemned sin in the flesh. He put an end to the philosophical nature by being obedient. Do you understand me? This game is about obedience. You understand me? Y'all have to understand what worshiping is and what you worshiping. A lot of y'all don't understand what you worshiping. Y'all in idolization, but y'all can have biblical teachings, but yet in those biblical teachings, you don't have no life in it. No life in you. Those biblical teachings ain't going to help you when that ground crack open. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's go into Hebrews. Let me get Hebrews 10 and 26 right quick. Hebrews chapter 10 verse 26. For if we sin willfully after we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins, but a certain fearful looking for the judgment and the fiery indignation, meaning righteous anger, which shall devour the adversary. Meaning that if you sin willfully, what is it? Oh, when you sin willfully after you know the truth, there are no more sacrifices. Meaning that a lot of you all repent, and y'all repent from the same sin over and over again. And he only died for that sin one time. See, so when it comes to Yahweh Shai, y'all lack understanding. Okay? You understand me? Listen to what I'm gonna hold at. Let's go to 2 Corinthians. Let me get 2 Corinthians. No, first Shalaki. Let me get 1 Corinthians 11 and 28. 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 28. But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup. Meaning that you have to examine your belief system. Again, you have to examine your belief system, because a lot of people don't believe, because a lot of people don't understand what they believe in. A lot of people can't understand what they read. And when they hear the truth, they don't even understand the truth, because they don't even know the truth. You understand me? Let's read that again. But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat up that bread and drink up that cup. For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily eateth and drinketh damnation to himself, not discerning the Lord's body. See, y'all not discerning the Lord's body, because see, Yahweh Shai came and put an end to the philosophical nature of man. Yahweh Shai came and established a divine governing system and put an end to the philosophical system of man. Do you understand me? We are in a political battle, spiritual war. And the spiritual war, political war being played out. The spiritual war being played out through these politicians. You got socialism versus communism. You got the Democrat versus the Republicans. Y'all have to understand these campaign slogans. Make America great again. Barack Obama, change. Biden-Harris administration campaign slogan. The battle for American soul. Y'all better understand what y'all worshiping, and the church embraced these politicians. That's how you all don't. That's how I know that y'all don't understand what y'all worshiping. Even Geno Jenkins, you understand me? He called himself a Christian, but he don't even understand. He just as dead as T.D. Jakes. You understand me? He don't have no life. He have religious teachings, but he have no life. You understand me? Because he's in bed with the government, because he's in the philosophy and ideology of man. And that's what church is, a religious organization of man. See? So a lot of y'all take communion but not understanding the nature of Yahweh Shai, not understanding what this political game is about. Because see, understand the Bible is a political book, and Yahweh Shai, and the Bible relates to the government, right? And Yahweh Shai relates to these governments. You understand me? This is a political book. Why? Because it relates to government, and Yahweh Shai is the public affair to this governing system, that divine governing system. Do you understand me? See, the Bible speaks about governments, You understand me? See, y'all have to understand what this game is about, because it's all politically and biblically related. You understand me? Let's finish up. 1 Corinthians 11, verse 28. But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat up that bread and drink up that cup. For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily eateth and drinketh damnation to himself, not discerning the Lord's body. For this cause many are weak and sickly among you, and many sleep. And a lot of you all are weak, meaning y'all weak in faith. So any doctrine and any movement could change your worship and practices. You understand me? A lot of you all are sick because you think that a man can identify as a woman. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's get back to Hebrews 10, because it's about to rain. About to cut it. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 26. For if we sin willfully after we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sin. See, so there is no more sacrifice for sin. Do you understand me? You can only be forgiven. You understand me? Because he only died for that sin one time. You understand me? So it's impossible. Okay, let's read, let's go back to Romans 6 and 10. Romans chapter 6, verse 10. For in that he died unto sin once. He died once. You understand me? Let's go back to Hebrews, we in the 10. Let's go back to Hebrews 6. And we're going to start at 4. Hebrews chapter 6, verse 4. For it is impossible for those who were once enlightened and have tasted the heavenly gift and were made partakers of the Holy Ghost, and having tasted the good word of Yahweh and the powers of the world to come, talking about the kingdom, the promises, and the covenants. If they should fall away, listen, if they should fall away, to renew them again unto repentance, seeing that they crucified themselves, the Son of Yahweh God, afresh, and put him to an open shame. Meaning that every time y'all take communion and then y'all sin during the week, and then when y'all go back and take communion, and when y'all go back and confess, when y'all go back and repent for y'all sins, y'all put him to a shame because he died for that sin one time. You can only be forgiven. You understand me? See, the church don't teach y'all what y'all need to learn and understand in order to grow into what y'all worship and understand what y'all worship. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. So y'all become enemies to Yahweh. Matter of fact, let me get Mark 7. It's about to rain, so get a couple more, and I'm gonna end it right there. Let me have Mark 7 and 7, and then let me get Jeremiah. Jeremiah 10 and 8. I forgot. Mark chapter 7, verse 7. How Beth, in vain do they worship me. Now vain means emptiness. How Beth, in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of man. Verse 13. Making the word of Yahweh non-effect through your traditions which ye have delivered. Meaning that even though you go to church, even though you've been baptized, even though you participate in Bible studies and seminars, yeah, at the end of the day, you die outside of that belief. You understand me? Due to the fact of that you embrace the commandments of man, you exercise the commandments of man. So therefore, although you have the teachings, you do not believe. Do you understand me? It is what it is. See, so everything that y'all doing to the church is emptiness. Y'all singing is emptiness. Y'all fundraising is emptiness. But you can see it through the lenses of man and the philosophy of man. You understand me? But when it comes to Yahweh God, it's a different story. Do you understand me? Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 8. But they are altogether brutish and foolish. The stock is a doctrine of emptiness, and all that doctrines of the Christian church is nothing but emptiness. There is no rapture. Jesus who don't exist, Jesus and God is not no goddamn one. You understand me? Ain't no white man coming out of the sky to save you. You understand me? And there's a lot more doctrines that y'all are into. You understand me? But those doctrines are the doctrines of man. Those are the commandments of man. They are not the Hebrew scriptures. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let me get Psalms 92. Let me get Psalms 92 and 6. Psalms 92 verse 6. A brutish man knoweth not, neither does a fool that understand. Meaning that you brutish and foolish, you're not going to understand. See, so y'all need to learn and understand what you worship. A lot of people come at me, but you never come at your pastor, because your pastor sat there and told you nothing but a bunch of lies. He told you nothing but a bunch of religious ideology and philosophy. You understand me? See, so therefore the church do not design to teach you what you worship. You understand me? See, so y'all need to learn and understand what this game is about, because at the end of the day, again, a lot of you die, but y'all don't even know that y'all are dead. You understand me? Y'all have that mark of the beast. Y'all worship the government. Understand what y'all worshiping.